Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to see how to configure the settings of AgilePoint mobile app with QR code without having to know any technical details like AgilePoint URL. Mobile experience has been one of the top priorities at AgilePoint for last few years. Especially in last few months, we have released Mobile App Accelerator for creating custom branded mobile apps where all the settings including images can be pre-configured by the admin so that the user does not have to worry about setting those. However, we also wanted to bring a similar experience to our out-of-the-box store apps which is being used by hundreds of thousands of users. Now, before getting into the settings, previously people used to enter their AgilePoint server URL and configure all these settings which are listed over here. Now they have an option that they can just quickly scan a QR code. Before I show you that, so this is a plain vanilla environment right now. So if I go to my user profile as a user, this is AgilePoint portal. As you can see right now, the QR code is not configured by my admin. I'm also the admin of this environment, so I'm going to go to settings. And under admin settings, you will find one more configuration, which is mobile configuration. Now at this point of time, I don't have the QR code generated, so I can enter my AgilePoint server URL, which is pre-filled by you because the portal already knows what is your AgilePoint server URL, but you can change it. You can set your default language. You can set up what is your default app view. So you can set it to my apps or my task. I'm going to set it to my task. Your team task default view, your my task default view. If you're using Android, you can enable logging, and there are some iOS specific actions as well. Next, you can configure what kind of authentication is going to be used. For today's demo, I'm going to use AgilePoint. So I'm going to enable this. You can click on the tile over here and enable it. You can enable multiple as well and mark one of them as default. So it currently tells me that AgilePoint ID is being used. Now, if I would have selected Windows Azure Active Directory, then it also shows me some of the other parameters Windows Azure Active Directory might need. Now, imagine my users do not have to remember be knowing any of these values if I'm using one of these configurations. Anyways, for today's demo, I'm going to just stick with AgilePoint ID. Now, once I have done these settings, I can generate a QR code as an admin. It tells me a QR code has been generated. I can always reset it as well. Now, if I go back to any user profile, now every user would see that within my organization. If they go to the user profile, they will see a QR code over here. I'm going to bring up my mobile app and I'm going to just click on capture QR code, which brings up the mobile camera, and I scan that QR code. And as you can see, it has configured everything for me. I'm going to just enter my password. And there you go. I can log in and all the settings are auto configured for my mobile app. This saves distributing a lot of technical information among your user group. Thanks a lot for your time.